streams. The next one up with Luis Fonsi.
And if you're in Texas, I'll see you with them at those events I just mentioned. And if you are in parts of the country where they have not announced a date, sit tight. I'm pretty good authority. You'll be getting a chance to see them towards the back end of this year with more dates to be announced. So that was a great time there last night. Some news to a lot today. I'll run through it real quick. Geezer Butler was on my radio show last year in my Vegas studio. Geezer now also lives in Vegas. He came over. I got this great picture of Geezer and I in front of a palm tree, and he's got his little dog with him. It's just classic. Never in my wildest dreams did I think one of the founding members of Sabbath would be hanging out with me under a palm tree in Vegas at my house. But again, surreal stuff. But anyway, Geese announced during that interview when he came on just to hang out. He was on with us, and he, Joel, now that I'm thinking about it, find that one. The next time I take off, let's rerun that show.
That was a great one. Yeah, he was on another level.
Remember, he's trying to find my house, and he's walking around outside and the construction and all of that. But yeah, we got to rerun that next time I take a day. But Geezer, during that interview, broke the news that he was working on his autobiography. And he also said during the interview that he was having trouble getting it released because all the publishers and people that he was shopping it to wanted a very sanitized version of the book, and he wanted to tell the truth about everything. I hope he stuck to that, and I hope he found a way to do that, because why not? Especially at this point, Geese is like, 74, 75 years old, whatever he is, and pretty much retired. Why not just lay it out, And he said that was important to him. Well, we'll find out, because now there's a release date for the book, and it is June 6th. This is courtesy of Consequence of Sound, who were nice enough to credit my interview with Geezer as where he first talked about it. And the book now has a title. It's quite a long title. It's called Into the Void, From Birth to Black and Beyond. And it is the story of Geezer Butler, his memoir. His story growing up a kid in Birmingham, and of course becoming the bassist and lyricist for Black Sabbath. Lyricist for the Ozzy years. The Dio years, Ronnie wrote, of course, his own lyrics. And that was something that when Ronnie was in the band, Geezer told me many times was a big relief for him, because it took the burden of writing the lyrics off of him. All of the Ozzy Sabbath material, Geezer wrote the lyrics to. So you'll get a lot of stories, I'm sure, in this book. June 6th is the release date. And when Geese was on with us last year and talked about this, he said once the book was closer to release, he would come back and we would do a whole thing about the book. So I hope I get an advance copy so I have time to read it. And if I do, as soon as I do, we'll line up having a whole show, hopefully, with Geezer to talk about what's in the book. I've not seen it yet. June 6th, again, the release date on that. So on social media, the Struts are teasing. I'm just checking a note here because I wasn't sure if I could say something on the air yet, but it turns out I can, so hold on. I always have to, I hear things and I don't know if they're public and if I can announce it yet. Hold on a second. Because this ties in. Hold on a second. Because this ties in with what I'm about to read here. Okay, so not this story, different story here. So the Struts have been teasing on social media that they will be releasing something new. And according to their social media, that something new will be an unplugged album that they are teasing to be released next week. Now, I don't think it's going to be a full record coming next week, maybe a song or two, but it looks like the next project from the Struts, a band that I like a whole lot, will be an unplugged album coming soon with some unplugged songs from that band, who now have a catalog of about 3-4 albums to pull from. And it'd be interesting to see what the Struts have happening next, because last time Luke Spiller, their singer, was on this show, which was late last year, he was on